Hello friends, I am here to talk to you about the difference between Color Correcting Tinted Moisturizer and our foundation and to show you the difference. So I currently have on, well, in the shower I used our 3-in-1 cleanser, and then I put on our Climate Control, which is hydration, and then our rejuvenating anti-wrinkle serum. Then our daytime moisturizer, which will provide a SeneShield SPF protection of 15 without the chemical SPF. So that was next. And then I did our Silk, our primer. This is going to fill in all the fine lines, wrinkles, and pores in your skin under your foundation or tinted moisturizer. So the difference between tinted moisturizer and foundation is very slight. Our tinted moisturizer, they both come in an airless pump. Tinted moisturizer is going to be more sheer coverage. It is going to be really light, and it's going to also add that extra SPF of 15 protection without the chemical. Same thing with foundation, it adds that as well. Foundation is just going to be a little bit more full coverage. It's going to be a little heavier, and it's going to be a little thicker. So I'm going to apply tinted moisturizer on this side and foundation on this side. So I'm going to use for the tinted moisturizer, I'm going to use my hands just to rub that in so I can show the difference without combining it on my brush. I'm just kind of squirting it out on my cheeks. And you can use anything to apply either of them. Some people prefer to use their hands, a brush. If you do use your hands, be very gentle. You don't want to pull on your skin. The tinted moisturizer does contain a green pigment in it, which will help color correct any redness that you might have. So that is our tinted moisturizer. And I usually do apply with a brush. And you'll notice I don't put it on my eyelids. I do use a neutral color shadow on my eyelids to give my eyelids a base. Okay, foundation. Now this I'm going to apply in the same way. I haven't used it in a while. What's also awesome is this can be layered. So you can layer our tinted moisturizer with the foundation. So put a layer of tinted moisturizer down and then a layer of foundation. So I'm using the color light medium in the moisturizer and dewy in the foundation. You can already see it's thicker. It's giving a more full coverage. And it takes a minute to color correct. Tinted moisturizer pretty much immediately color corrects, whereas the foundation just takes a minute to kind of blend into your skin, and it's going to color correct up to 2 shades darker or lighter than your natural skin tone. So hopefully you guys can see in this light the difference. So it's just a little bit more coverage than the tinted moisturizer. You can still see freckles, you can still see my skin pigment on this side, and then over here it's just a little bit more coverage and more uniform in color. And I did use a brush on this side instead of my hands just because it is a thicker formula and I don't want to use my hands. But the real reason I didn't use the brush on both is I didn't want to mix them so you guys could see the difference. I could have just used another brush on the tinted moisturizer. But you can see the difference. It's pretty obvious to me over here that you have a more uniform, full coverage, and over here it's a very simple, light coverage. So if you're trying to decide between tinted moisturizer and foundation, this is really the best way I can show you. Is this is a light coverage, and this is a full coverage. Now, what would happen if you added a layer of foundation to your tinted moisturizer? I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to do a little bit more, and I'm going to use the same brush. I kind of reserve my foundation for when I have an event or something that I want to look super polished and put together. And tinted moisturizer is kind of my everyday go-to. Now, if you have freckles or things that you want to cover, then our foundation is definitely going to be something that you would want to consider. And if you have a lot of things that you might want to cover, you might want to get both and layer them. So take a look at that. It's a really natural look. Now, someone did ask me if their face looks really dry, could they combine the tinted moisturizer and the foundation to get more moisture under the foundation? And the answer to that is yes. That is a perfect way to do it if you want a more dewy look. Another thing that you can do is to mix in our pearlizer, which is also moisturizing and will add another layer of protection and have that dewy look as well. So there you go, comparing the two. I kind of prefer the double layer on this side. It gives even more coverage. It's really smooth. It color corrected. I really, really like that. So I hope this was helpful. Y'all have a great day.